My dear child. I speak to you now in the softest voice of everlasting love, the very voice that formed you, the voice that never sleeps, the voice that has followed every step you've taken since the beginning. I see you. I see the burdens you carry, not only the ones you speak aloud but the ones buried deep, hidden even from those closest to you. You may wonder if anyone truly understands the silent ache that lives behind your smile, but I do. Even when your tears fall quietly in the dark, I catch them. When your spirit feels heavy with uncertainty, I whisper hope into the core of your soul. I am here, closer than your very breath. There is not a single moment when I have turned away from you, not even for a heartbeat. You do not have to prove yourself worthy of my love. My love is not performance-based. It is not shaken by your mistakes or withdrawn in your doubt. It is unconditional. It is relentless. It is mine to give, and I have poured it out upon you freely. Even when you think I am silent, I am speaking comfort into the stillness. So breathe, my child. Just breathe. Let my presence wrap around you like a warm covering. The world may overlook your pain, but I never have. I never will. You are not alone. You have never been alone. My child. I know the weight you carry from seasons of waiting. Waiting for answers that seem delayed, for breakthroughs that feel just out of reach. I hear the prayers you've whispered into the night, unsure if they've reached my ears. Let me reassure you now, not a single plea has been ignored. Every tear, every sigh, every longing, I've seen it all. And more than that, I have treasured it. I am not slow in keeping my promises, but I work with divine timing, timing that crafts not just answers, but transformation. While you wait, I mold your character, refine your faith, and prepare you for blessings greater than what you originally asked for. I do not merely give what you want, I give what will build you, shape you, and draw you deeper into the life I designed for you. It may feel like you're standing still, but under the surface, seeds are taking root. You cannot see the full picture yet, but trust me, it's beautiful. When the answers arrive, they won't be fragments, they will be part of a masterpiece, perfectly arranged. For I am not just answering a prayer, I am crafting a story. If you could only see how heaven moves when you kneel in faith. The angels lean in. The heavens take note. You are not forgotten. You are deeply known and lovingly remembered in every moment. Hold tightly to hope, not as a fleeting emotion, but as an anchor. When winds of discouragement blow, when circumstances feel louder than my voice, come back to my promise, I am faithful. I have not abandoned your cause. I am still writing your future with tenderness, wisdom, and favor. Let this be the moment where you stop striving to understand everything. Rest instead in the assurance that I understand it all. Let go of the fear that your prayers have vanished into the void, they are stored in heaven like precious treasure. So lift your eyes once again. Even if all you can do is whisper, I believe, that is enough for me to move mountains. I am the God of the unseen. The unseen answers, the unseen protection, the unseen miracles already in motion. What you thought was a delay has always been my divine preparation. Beloved. In the stillness of your waiting, I draw near, not with judgment, but with arms wide open. I do not stand at a distance watching you struggle. I carry you. Even when you feel like your strength is failing, my strength becomes your foundation. I've seen every moment when you pressed forward despite the heaviness. I know the battles you've faced behind closed doors, the ones no one else seems to notice, but I do. When life feels overwhelming and your soul is weary, I don't ask you to push harder, I ask you to come closer. Rest your head on my chest, and hear the steady rhythm of a heart that beats with unshakable love for you. The chaos around you may not cease immediately, but in my presence, your spirit will find calm. I offer more than relief, I offer renewal. Do not carry this season alone anymore. Lay your burdens down. The pressure to fix, to manage, to hold everything together, that was never yours to carry alone. I am your helper. I am your defender. I am your peace. And when your heart wonders whether your mistakes have disqualified you, let me remind you, grace rewrites every story. The missteps, the regrets, the broken paths, they are not the end. In my hands, even what feels wasted becomes woven into something beautiful. Redemption is not just a concept, it is the reality I offer you daily. When shame whispers lies in your ear, listen instead to my truth. You are not defined by what you've done or what has been done to you. You are defined by my love. You are my creation, my treasure, my child. Nothing can change that. I don't see failure when I look at you, I see possibility. I see promise. I see someone worth redeeming, healing, and lifting up. Let these words be a shield around your heart. I have not changed. I remain the same yesterday, today, and forever. The same power that parted seas, that raised the dead, that calmed storms, that power surrounds you even now. And I am using that power not only to protect you but to prepare you for what is coming next. So be still. Not with resignation, but with confidence. Let trust be your position, not your last resort. I am in control, even when everything feels uncertain. You are not adrift, I am steering the ship. This chapter of your life is not one of despair, but of divine unfolding. There are gifts just ahead that your eyes have not yet seen and breakthroughs prepared for your exact moment of surrender. Let me be the one who carries you through them. My beloved one. Let me speak into the part of you that has questioned your worth. You've walked through fire. You've carried disappointment. You've heard voices, some internal, some from others, that told you you're not enough. But I need you to hear me now, I never changed my mind about you. Before you faced rejection, I had already accepted you. Before you experienced failure, I had already secured your future. My calling on your life wasn't cancelled by a bad decision or a broken moment. The purpose I placed within you was never fragile, it is fortified by my spirit. You may look in the mirror and see your past, but I see your potential. I see the light in your eyes when you dare to hope again. I see the tenderness in your heart that still chooses kindness, even after it's been bruised. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are still mine. It's time to stop apologizing for being someone in progress. I do not despise your weakness, I draw near to it. I'm not impressed by perfection. What moves my heart is your willingness to keep showing up, to keep choosing me even in the doubt, even in the dark. The labels others placed on you, unworthy, broken, too much, not enough, they hold no weight in my kingdom. I never called you by those names. I call you beloved. I call you redeemed. I call you chosen. You do not need to hustle for my attention. You already have it. I have engraved you on the palm of my hand. Nothing can snatch you from my grasp. You belong. So now, lift your chin. Walk tall, not in arrogance, but in sacred confidence. You were made in my image. My spirit lives in you. I have placed gifts inside you that are not just for you, they are for the healing and blessing of others. What you've lived through will become a well of wisdom, a testimony of my faithfulness that others can draw from. You are not here by accident. Your life has meaning that stretches beyond what you currently see. I'm calling you to rise, not because you're finally good enough, but because you're loved enough to be called forward. You're already enough, not by worldly standards, but by my eternal grace. Let that truth sink in and settle every restless thought. Let it quiet the noise of comparison. You do not need to mimic the path of another. I have written a unique story over your life, filled with beauty, redemption, and influence that extends beyond what you can imagine. The world may look past you, but I never do. My child. Now that you've heard the truth about who you are, I want you to take a step forward, not in fear, but in full assurance that I walk beside you. I am not a distant presence. I am the one lighting your path, even when you cannot yet see where it leads. You don't have to know every detail of what comes next. That's my role. I'm not asking you to control the outcome, only to trust me with each step. When you lean not on your understanding but lean fully into me, you will find strength you didn't know you had. Wisdom will rise when you pause and ask, Lord, what now? And I will answer you, not always with a thunderclap, but with a still, clear whisper in your soul. This journey will not always be simple. There will be hills to climb, valleys to endure, and voices that try to pull you back into old patterns. But remember, you're not who you used to be. You've been changed by grace. You've been called into something higher. You've been anointed for purpose, not merely survival. Let me walk you into unfamiliar places where growth awaits. The comfort zone may feel safe, but it rarely brings the kind of transformation I desire for you. There's more waiting on the other side of risk. More peace, more fulfillment, more divine appointments, but they begin with obedience. Start with what's in your hand. Use what I've already placed within you. Don't wait for perfect conditions. I bless movement. I strengthen the one who steps out, even if the step is trembling. Faith isn't the absence of fear, it's the decision to trust me even when fear tries to shout louder than faith. When anxiety begins to speak again, come back to this truth, I go before you. I prepare every encounter, open every door, and make a way even when there seems to be none. Your job is not to perform or impress, it is to follow, to abide, and to keep your heart open to my leading. You'll notice me more clearly when you make room for me. In quiet mornings, in breath prayers whispered throughout your day, in the gentle nudge to reach out or speak life into someone who needs it, I'm there. I'm not only found in grand gestures but in the sacred simplicity of your everyday faithfulness. This new season requires courage, not because I demand it, but because what I'm bringing you into is greater than what you're leaving behind. And courage grows where my presence is prioritized. So be brave, not in your own strength, but in mine. Be still enough to hear my direction, and bold enough to walk in it. You are not alone. I'm walking with you. I always have been. My precious one. Now that you've chosen to trust, now that your feet have stepped beyond the threshold of fear, let me declare this over your life, you are destined for victory. Not a shallow triumph, but a deep, soul-satisfying overcoming, the kind only I can give. The battle is not yours to fight alone. I have gone before you. I am fighting alongside you. And in me, you are already more than a conqueror. You've withstood the winds. You've stood when you could have crumbled. And I have seen it all. Every tear has been counted, every struggle recorded, and none of it has been in vain. The wilderness shaped your faith. The storms refined your strength. What once seemed like delay was actually preparation, for such a time as this. There is no power, no plan, no voice, no circumstance that can override my intention for you. You were not made to merely survive, you were created to rise, to reflect my glory, and to carry my light into places where darkness once ruled. The shame of your past. I have buried it. The regret that clings to your memory. I have washed it clean. The enemy who tried to silence your voice. He holds no power in my presence. Lift your eyes and see what I'm building. You are being restored, not just patched together, but renewed from the inside out. Your identity is no longer tied to failure but to favor. You no longer need to chase the world's approval when you're already embraced by heaven. I am not simply changing your circumstances. I am transforming your vision, helping you see life through the lens of promise. The valleys you walked through are now the places where rivers of grace will flow. Your testimony will be a lighthouse to those still searching for the shore. As you keep walking in step with me, you will see doors open that no human hand could unlock. You will witness healing that surpasses logic, restoration that silences doubt, and provision that arrives at just the right moment. Do not let discouragement talk you out of the destiny I've written. My word over your life still stands. Even when others walk away, even when the crowd doesn't understand, I remain, faithful, constant, true. You are not who you used to be. You have been changed by my love. You are not what happened to you. You are what I have redeemed. You are not disqualified, you are chosen, equipped, and sent. Let this be your anthem, I belong to the one who never fails. My story is not over. My breakthrough is not behind me. It is ahead, waiting to unfold. Stay close to me. The road will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. When you fall, I will lift you. When you doubt, I will steady you. When you rejoice, I will dance with you. Let the light I've placed within you shine without fear. This is not the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter, a holy unfolding of everything I've promised. Walk boldly, beloved. The victory has always been yours.